I'm Mike Collier. I'm the Democratic nominee for Texas Lieutenant Governor.
Securing our border is a matter of life and death.
We must secure the border. Everyone knows that. The question is, how do you do it intelligently and how do you do it humanely?
I promised and delivered $1.6 billion in new funding for the border.
Dan Patrick has not been accountable for how that money is spent. Where's the money gone? What have we gotten for it?
We've added hundreds of troopers, beefed up air support with drones, planes, and helicopters, put more gunboats on the Rio Grande, and dedicated more resources to combat transnational gangs.
I think you ought to ask the people who live along the border what the right answer is in terms of securing the border. I don't hear too many of them say that a wall will work.
We need the wall, particularly around our big cities where most people cross the border and get into these big cities and disappear into the population. We need walls around these major crossings.
We need technology and coordination of law enforcement and use some intelligence to secure the border, not stunts and gimmicks.
Overwhelming majority of parents, black, white, and brown, Republican, Democrat, do not want their teenage children showering with teenagers of the opposite sex.
We should not be messing around with bathrooms. It's hateful, it's wrong, that has to stop.
Our bill encourages them to make private accommodations, which they have always done.
If Dan Patrick's so worried about bathrooms, he should ban Republican politicians from using them, because more Republican politicians have been caught doing bad things in bathrooms than the whole transgender community. Property taxes are skyrocketing with him as Lieutenant Governor.
As your Lieutenant Governor, I will pass legislation to cut property taxes again next session.
First, we must close the big corporate property tax loophole that allows the owners of large commercial and industrial properties to cheat the rest of us.
We need to roll back the rate of growth. We need to give people an automatic vote so their taxes can't go up more than 4 or 5% a year population inflation, and the House just refused to pass that bill.
And the root cause of the property tax crisis are decisions made in Austin.
To cut property taxes is up to your local governments. We can't cut your property tax in the state, but we can slow the growth.
I own a gun,
But I'm a proud gun owner.
but red flag laws are perfectly consistent with the Second Amendment.
We need armed teachers trained, of course, not just anyone who has a gun, but trained how to handle active shooters.
No, I don't like the idea of guns in schools. I don't think we want guns and gunmen in schools. I think we want learning in schools.
We have devalued life through violent movies and particularly violent video games. Students are desensitized to violence.
I think that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. It's designed to distract people from the root cause. Dan Patrick will not address the root cause of school and gun safety.
We cannot sit back and say it's the gun. It's us as a nation.
Parents should not be zip-coded into a failing school, no matter where it is.
Vouchers are a terrible idea on so many levels.
We already have school choice in Texas. If you're rich enough, you send your kids to private school. That's choice. But if you don't have that option, then you're stuck in a failing school. You need that option.
There's only 100,000 open seats in all the private schools in the state. Even if you paid every penny of private schools and created choice for 100,000 families, you'd still have 5.2 million. You've done nothing for them. If we expand Medicaid, that brings net $8 billion into the state.
Medicaid was originally designed for poor women and children. Obamacare opened it up to able-bodied adults. The system can't absorb that.
If we require insurance companies to publish their reimbursement rates, and if we require service providers to publish their cost of service, then prices on health care will start to come down.
We desperately need to end the Affordable Care Act.
Have you and Dan Patrick ever met?
No, I've never met him. He's not campaigning. No one's seen him. Have you? I still can't believe that I have to do this for a living. I mean, I'm just an accountant.